All right, let's see. As soon as someone comes in here, let me know that you can hear me so I can go to work. I figure, what the heck, set the darn camera up, do a live polishing session, but I'm not gonna be able to follow up in your comments because I'm gonna be doing some work. This will be super weird and awkward because I'm gonna be polishing and talking to you, but let me know if you can hear me, and we'll get rolling. Somebody tell me something. So, audio's good? Okay, cool. All right, thanks guys. All right, so Civic, I'm rolling through it. I want to try to limit the amount of paint I'm removing. So I've been trying to use foam if I can. I've stayed away from microfiber. I really don't need microfiber because this is pretty, it's pretty darn, I wouldn't call it soft, but it's just, it's just normal paint. And so it's correcting out a little bit easier than normal. I've also decided I'm just coating it, I'm not waxing it. So we're going right to coating. So I want to prep my pads. I found the combo. I actually made a polishing video using yellow and Jescar, yellow foam. I'm gone to doing yellow medium wool, if you will, and putting on Jescar correction compound. I'll show you in a second how jacked up the paint is. It's fascinating how cherry or perfect, how people's definitions are very different. But the good news is there's no real major imperfections in this paint. I'm darn near close to jumping up and down at how I keep getting lucky with the paint on the cars, or these used cars that I keep buying. This thing is freaking legit after doing some pretty serious work. All right. The thing I don't like about wool is I feel like it works best the first couple of passes, and then I feel like it gets kind of caked up. All right, so let me show you the paint condition. So let me do this. Let's flip it around. Right here. Got the camera in the way. Oh boy. All right, screw it. We'll go back to normal. I got the tripod in the way. So, check out Swirl City here. I'm in the freaking way. Let me just hold it on camera. I need a live assistant. Let's flip it. So, I think you can see that pretty clearly. That ain't no good. So if you follow the light, and if we come over here, I've polished this, but the darn light's in the wrong spot. Anyway, I'll try to get you some more. So in other words, remember what that door looks like. We're gonna polish the door and remove all of that. Pretty shocking, huh? I mean, it looks so much different than it does in the videos of me washing the car. It looks like the car looks so nice, and then I've actually, you can see just the glow. It's so much different on the rear of the car. So the really positive thing about this thing is the people that have owned it in the past loved it. They just loved it too much. You know what I'm saying? So they love the darn car. They just loved on it one too many times. And so the good news is that we're gonna get this thing really dialed in. I did the trunk already, I did the rear quarter, and that's about it. Took me a while to figure out what was gonna work best. So let's get to polishing. This ought to be nice and noisy and awkward for you, but hey, I'm here. I got a camera. I got some people that might wanna watch it, so let's do it. And what I want to do, actually, I want to prop the door open. Let's just go from left to right, and then I'll prop the door open after the fact. Just make sure this feels clean. Yep, no dirt. All right, so I'm gonna go speed 2, spread it around. Really loud for you. Trying to stay out of your way. So I think I used this pad maybe once before, so it's relatively new. You can find that you can use wool pads, you know, 4, 5, 6 times. Not quite as many times as I feel comfortable using microfiber. Let's see. Making a huge mess. I don't think these don't tilt, so I'm gonna check with what we got here. Yeah, the paint is not good from a swirl perspective, but it's the exact right kind of not good you want. You know, we don't want all kinds of horrible stuff. You know, what's up, Anthony? What's going on? No critiquing my polishing. So it's the right kind of swirled out that's pretty easily fixable. Just got polished in my eyeball. That's why you should be wearing glasses, they say. Ah! Figures only on a live stream. I don't think I've ever got polish in my eye. I have hard contact, so if I get it's probably actually wool, not polish. Ah. Dang it. So anyway, we're able to correct this out pretty well. You know, I have to draw the line somewhere, so I'm not going so aggressive that I'm chasing maybe a little bit more than I chased. I didn't chase very hard on the M5 because it was silver. I'm chasing individual scratches a little bit more than that, but I don't want to go hammering down on any one spot. Not on 20-year-old paint. But I'll tell you what, this doesn't feel any different than 20-year-old paint, all right? Any different than 2-year-old paint. That's how legit this car is. And so, you know, a lot of people have been asking, well, why did you buy such a nice car when you're just gonna modify it? Well, because I want to start with a nice platform. I don't want some crappy platform that I have to change all the seals and all the rubber and all the trim and everything else. And I have this is my aperture light for recording. I had it out here because we were filming, and I just left it out here, but these tend to do pretty well for this kind of application. So, there you go. There's still some ticking that will clean up, and you're also going to see a little bit of residue from the oil. Yeah, Anthony, you're right. I'm not getting greedy. We're getting it like 95% with just a microfiber pass, or I'm sorry, a foam or wool pass, followed with foam pass, and we're done. So I've been getting the job done with just that. I was doing foam. I did the whole trunk in foam. You'll see in the video in a couple of days. But it's just slightly more aggressive in this case. I'm gonna go off. Wow, what a difference. Holy crap. Corrects out so great. I'm trying not to nitpick though. Nitpicking means you end up polishing too much, which means we end up messing things up. Amount of pressure. Like 4 passes. Dang man, if I only knew how to do this back in the day, Civic would have been legit. It's funny though, as good as I thought my Civic was when I owned it in 2000 through 2002, I bet you mine looked just like this from me rubbing on it too much, too often. Not get my face in there this time. There's no particular reason why I have the 1 inch on the short neck. It's just what was on there and I didn't want to change it. But you certainly don't need a short neck unless you just, you know, if you did this for a living, I think you'd want a short neck and a long neck, but I think the aspiration would be to just pick one of them. Work this whole thing here. Let me go blow this out. I want to hit the door handle. Camera's in the way. We should have the new little portable air compressor video up on the next day or two. But yeah, the new flex polishers are on the way. I ordered every one of them, so I'll have them to talk with you. This is a Rupes Nano. Jeez, too much polish. It's one of the mistake number 1. Don't use too much polish. This is where the short neck can really come in handy. If you're doing one-handed stuff. Gotta be careful around here. I don't think, you know, I thought there were rotary induced marks. I don't think this car's probably never been polished, which is good news for me. Actually, good news for whomever gets this car. It certainly doesn't look like it's ever been polished. That should do it. Let's check our work here. I'm gonna tell you what, man, this blue, this darn blue. This is the reason why, you know, sapphire or Le Mans blue, you know, why I like this color so much. I think my favorite color was green until 1999 when I got this thing. I can't remember, I don't have records, if I got it in 99. I'm pretty sure I got it in 2000 is when I got this. All right, I want to prop this door open with the Kamikaze prop. There is a little nick here where somebody did the old open the door up into another wall or something like that. Gosh, still got that piece of wool in my eyeball. See how cool that thing is? Now it stays. Now I can apply pressure. So like I said, I've decided I'm just gonna coat this sucker. Shoot, I forget that I blow this out. I don't think I did. Oh well. It'll be fine. I've also found I've been using a little bit more polish than I normally do. It's been working a little difference though. This all sort of had some like, almost looked like oxidation, which is weird. It's almost like, I don't know how to explain it. Sort of like embedded mold. It certainly wasn't mold, but it just wasn't good. And now it's just shockingly good. You know, I always have that feeling of, you know, I'm doing this, showing people polishing and stuff. And I'm always afraid. I have this recurring nightmare where I wake up and everybody's looking at my paint and it's all jacked up and laughing at me. So I've got to balance that perfection, that chasing perfection, and not not having to repaint the darn panel, which I don't want to do. But holy crap, it looks so good. Wait till we do the perfect finish. It looks so much better even after doing that. So you're having this lift, change your own life. I'm going to be swapping this out for a new spawn here real soon. New spawn gets me more height. Plus, I actually have them in stock. They're made here in the US. Alright, so let's polish this thing here. I think it's probably smart. I might rather a little bit of extra room on the 3-inch. I think this is a better way to do it. What are you guys saying? Anything exciting? Sorry, I'm not able to manage, your questions and comments and telling me how stupid I am. Should keep this and pass it down to Ryan. I talked to Michelle about that. That would be kind of cool. It's gonna be too nice. This thing's gonna be like $100 grand. So I don't wanna give a. I'll buy a $2,000 one when he's 16. 7 years. Yeah, it's better. We're gonna have to get a longer HDMI cable and start doing this in 1080p or 4K even. Yeah, see, look at all that swirl city. I want to be careful on the peak of this body molding. Think you'd be sitting there on a Thursday night watching some dude polish his car, let alone a Honda Civic. It's funny, in the beginning, every video I did was just like this. I didn't cut anything out. You got me walking around, doing things in between. It was almost like a live stream before a live stream was a thing. I got this is because this is my car, man. Careful, that edge is pretty flat, so don't worry about it. Just wipe this off. What I've been doing just to kind of check my work is I've been doing perfect finish, so I'll perfect finish this door. And so I'm just going around doing one panel at a time and finishing the job. Get rid of all this slimy polish oil. If you don't use this is like a super high quality light. This LED that I have on right now. So I see the polish residue more than normal. God dang, it looks so good. Still needs refined from the finishing, but get the gist of it here. Looks a whole lot better than it did 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago. See what I'm saying? All that funky crap, super swirls. Again, you're seeing a lot of the polish residue, and then we're gonna clean it up with the perfect finish here in a minute. But let's do the bottom, what do you call that thing? Side skirt. Let's knock that out. Okay, I wanted to just do this real quickly. Something like that's kind of hard to see. Should I nano this or should I 3-inch? I'm gonna 3-inch. Told you this was going to be a awkward live stream. Yeah. But this car is fun, man. It's going to be more fun when I start getting parts. Just going to try not to get frustrated. When the first and second and third tries don't really work like I planned. Let's see. All of the plastics, this, they all have a much more purple hue to them. The rear deck spoiler, you know, a lot of the stuff is a lot more purple looking. It's pretty interesting. Should be good. bumper thing here, and then we'll show you the finishing polish part. Maybe we'll jump over to the hood. That'll be more fun to do. I know I'm not being like super critical here, getting all the lights out. I don't want to. I don't want to chase too hard. And so I know I was chasing really hard on the back, on the rear spoiler and the rear bumper area. And I decided to stop chasing. This is a good combo. This is why I ended up with the whatever you call this, the roll pad. So I'm not chasing every little scratch because I don't want to end up being sorry. So while we're here, let's do the door jam. Yeah. You know, I'm not really in a door jam kind of mood tonight. We'll do the door jams at the end. So what should we do here? Kind of like the idea of just continuing to do the compounding. We got something to do. Yeah, I mean, I can still see a little bit of the wool marks, but it took out all the deeper stuff. Yeah, let's do the fender here. Let's finish the fender. Let's put the car down. Let's knock out the jams, and then we'll finish polish the whole side there. I'll leave the mirrors and all the roof and all the upper for tomorrow, theoretically. Yeah, so let's keep rolling. I'm gonna keep switching pads. Let's move you over here. Let's move our light. Don't really need that light with the lights in here, but we'll keep it anyway. Swirls is pretty remarkable. Keep the light in the way. Let's do this lower section. Dust off. This hose is terrible. We gotta stop screwing around. Mike's coming on Saturday, so we're gonna get our compressed air system knocked out, so I'm not dragging this across the ground anymore. something about air. It doesn't, not as reliable as electric. So darn convenient though, being able to do that. Makes the experience polishing so much more enjoyable. Bottles keep getting in the way. Get out of here. Oh, you want to hear the greatest news of all? I don't know why I wasn't talking here about this earlier, but the Corvette is sold. So good. Funds should clear Monday, I think. Good to go. That way I can have weird old dudes stop emailing me about how evil of a human I am because I don't like the Corvette. They usually say something about me being bragging about my Corvette or something along those lines, but yet they usually start out by bragging about something. It's a really odd dynamic. Not sure why you need to email me about it. Leave me out of it. So, no more Corvette in my life. I'll never do that again. So what I need to do, shoot, I don't think I can reach up here. I think, I just hold this where I just don't want to have this. Yeah, I need to bring the car down. Yeah, hopefully I'll, if not too distant future, but putting that sucker on a carrier and sending out the door. It was a fun project though, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the process of playing with it. It's just, it's time to move on. Time to do something else. It's just the way it is. And so, the guy that's buying it is gonna love it. The thing is pretty darn legit. I'm sure I'm going to get some hate on this when I tell you how much this car sucks. It's like remarkably slow and really really crazy how slow this thing is. But yet kind of oddly satisfying when you drive it. It sounds so darn good. gotta get the exhaust worked out because there's a lot of boom and drone and I can't hear the intake. The intake is one of the best parts of these things. Can't really hear it. Okay, that's better. It's only took me 10 minutes to get that set up properly. I like to live on the edge. This is why I never end up doing lights because it would just get in my way. I always end up leaving them in the car. City. You guys still with me? Yeah. These YouTube live businesses make me look whiter and yellower than I already am. Yeah, I've been waiting to do the front of the car. Yes. Freaking awesome. Quit polishing earlier, went home and ate some dinner, so I looked right into that darn light and got a headache. God dang. That's not even finished polished yet. Alright, let's do the door jamb, and then let's do some finish polishing. I think I'm going to need the Nano for that. And I need to go back up with the lift. Alright. What are you guys doing? I don't have time to go in there and block stupid. Who are we talking about? B million? Let's see. Hide user. Boom. Dead to me. Is that who we're talking about? BMLLAN? Yep, he's gone. Peace out, homie. Suck it, loser. What kind of loser? Like, you don't have anything better going on in your life? God dang it. I couldn't even imagine doing that. Get out of here. don't know. I'm sure this is all swelled out too, but all I really need to do is this top little piece here. I don't want to get lazy on it. I also don't want to pull this off if I don't have to. Yeah. Let me blow this thing off. I'm going out the side door here and blowing out the pads now. Blow polish all over the place. All those disc guards aren't too bad. All right. Yo, another thing I'm working on. I might be hiring a like a true cinematographer here. So I might be doing drone shots here soon. EDM. Why don't it look so weird? Come on. Stop overexposing me or whatever the heck you're doing. Stupid camera. This is one of those things I hate doing so much. I don't know why. I hate doing the jam because I never really get a great result. Like, you're never really fully correcting. You're just kind of cleaning them up. Maybe correcting it a little bit. I guess if you really got meticulous here, you could really dial them in, but it makes me feel real good that I did them once I get them done, but doing it, I don't know, I don't like it. It really annoys me. What else do we got going on here other than my exposure being completely blown out? YouTube Live is junk. I'm not going to polish over the stickers, but I do want to kind of clean up the side bit here. That's what's so nice about this car is that super duper clean. All the jams and everything. I didn't need to do anything to them. Other than just do a quick little polish. That's why I wanted a low mileage, well-maintained car. I guess that's about the extent of what I'm going to do here. Cordless Flex polishers are coming, people. I ordered them. Good news is that Shervon owns Flex, which also owns Ego, which will be good. Exposure. Exposure. Stay there. God dang it. As soon as I move. I know you guys are getting a fuzzy 720p image anyway. The iPhone. Oh boy, this car is so nice, man. I mean, like, look at that. You can't see that. Sorry. Look at that. It's so good. This car's gonna be so nice when I'm done with it. Like I said in the polishing video, just bear with me. I'm telling you, give me a chance here. All you guys that are freaking out about me modifying, I should have bought some cheap one and blah, blah, blah. If you're gonna mess up such a clean example, who the heck would want this car stock? It sucks. It's 150 horsepower and slow as crap. It doesn't, yeah, it's terrible. So I'm gonna make it better. I don't care what you say. All right, let's finish polish. Let's switch our pads over to some white ones. And it's not semi-ricer, you moron. I'm gonna do the best stuff on the planet. What do you think, I'm gonna put some fart can exhaust on this car? No, I'm gonna do super legit. I just ordered a Toyota header today. They said it'll be here in 7 to 8 days, which is awesome. Yeah, so anyway, let's see. What else are you guys talking about here? Do an E30. I don't really want an E30. See, I never had an E30, so an E30 sucks as much as this car sucks. And so the only reason this car doesn't suck as badly to me is because I had it. I don't think I can get Toyota cam I want to stick with my yellow perfect finish combo. I think this is going to look better. So let's do the sides, the doors, and a perfect finish. I need a 3-inch. I gave Rex all my old pads and went and got some new ones out. Matt and the Furious. I'm gonna have to just ignore. I'm gonna have to just not go and work on comment. No, I don't think we're gonna do ITVs. That would be cool though. Maybe I'll talk to John about that. I'd do ITBs, and then because they don't really make a cool intake. You know, all you can really do. No, I'm not gonna tint the headlights. I'm gonna get Civic Type R headlights, which have like internal smoked. Let's see. What was that you just said? Let's see. Anthony says no ITVs. We'll see. We'll see. We'll leave it up in the air. Prime the pad. I'm just gonna prime it here by hand. Matt, can you turn off noise cancellation on the podcast mic as it cuts off your voice? Let me see. I don't think there is a noise canceling option, is there? Nope. There are no adjustments on YouTube Live. All you have is mute microphone and cancel. Except for the podcast. Got it. Got it. We have a limiter. Keeps me from yelling too much or too loudly so it doesn't blow up your thing. I'll talk to Bryce about that. What else you guys got? Well, you got me for a few seconds while I'm getting my pad set up. Still planning on comment at your dad's. I didn't know I was planning that. I don't remember that one, but you wouldn't let me forget. Maybe. There's no such thing as a straight pipe. Stop saying straight pipe. Primed off camera, trying to manage your questions. What's up at TJ's garage? That's going to take months to get to. TJ and I will have to schedule a call. And remember, it was 45 minutes of me fumbling through stuff, so on the video, so he had to make some time to watch it, and then obviously you have to be able to get on a plane and go out there and do it. Actually, now's not a bad time to get on a plane. There's no one traveling. But you know, hopefully we'll get to it soon. Okay, personal question. So where did you make your money? You're looking at it. Doing this kind of crap. Making videos at 8 o'clock at night when I'd rather be here by myself. You know, polishing. What's the music on? So, yeah, most of the, you know, I made some money in wealth management. I made, you know, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 a year, and then, you know, saved some of that, and now, you know, we sell lots and lots of crap that I make a margin on, and you know, keep a percentage of it, and yeah, that's what buys all this stuff. So, hopefully, I'll be a gazillionaire someday. We'll see. check out what the yellow looks like. I never get notifications, you know. I don't know, that's a YouTube thing. It's part of the reason why I get you know, 5,000 views a video. So we'll see if this Civic makes me famous. Anthony says it's gonna make me famous. Get me some views. Gotta get me some of that YouTube money. Instead of making $4,000 or $5,000 a month on YouTube, maybe I'll make 50. That'd be sweet. God, I love perfect finish. How deep, dark, rich. I don't give a crap if it's filling or not filling. Whatever it's doing great. God dang, it's awesome. Yeah, yellow is the way to go. I can see it now. I need to bring the light over here. Brighten this thing up. Heck yeah. This car, it's so good. It's so good, man. Yeah, yes. So fired up about this thing. I'm more fired up that I made a good decision and bought the right car, which usually doesn't happen. So we're finally catching up. I gotta hire. So actually, maybe you guys can help me. I need a. Let me get this light out of here so it doesn't blow me out again. I need a. I think I found my cinematographer. I need somebody to come in, customer service wise, to manage all of the where's my order stuff. I also need somebody, I need that person to, basically what's gonna happen is they're gonna sit in distribution in the warehouse at the workstation. And so when the packers finish the packages, they're gonna take the packages from them, weigh them, scan them, label them, and put them on the way out. And then the other thing is that they'll also be managing Swiss tracks, dropship orders. They'll be managing you know, all of our drop shipping stuff. They'll be managing, you know, hey, you guys forgot to put this in my package, or none of the technical support questions. But I need to free up Jeff and Kyle, and so this is you know, $30,000, $40,000 a year job. So you know, shoot me an email if you know someone. Matt at obsessedgarage.com. I'm looking for someone to hire them like tomorrow. So I know a lot of people are hurting, looking for something. I'm looking for the right person for the right fit, but that's something that you'll have to figure out how to get there on your own. Relocation package. Yeah, buy yourself a plane ticket, move on down. see, what are you guys talking about? Shave the door handles. No. I want to keep this OE plus. You know, that's my style. I don't want any Lambo doors or any weird crazy stuff like that. I want to keep it looking period correct, but nothing too aggressive. Oh man, this is so good, so good. Let's see, career suggestions in your field as a 19-year-old. You talking about my field? What percentage of financial advisors make the type of money, Matt? So this has been a number of years ago, but I think at Merrill Lynch, the average the 10-year average compensation was like $330,000 a year or something like that was like the average comp. But you have to remember that if you make it 10 years in that business, then you're like in the 1%, because most people don't make it that long. Shoot, I barely made it that long before they got rid of me. So you have to remember that the tenure, the timing, how long it takes. Not too many people last very long in that game. It's a really hard gig to make it because they don't give you clients. You got to go find them. You got to generate on your own. Unlike, like the average bank broker will make half of that. You can still do well as a bank broker as well, but the average person doesn't make as much because they're generally going to give you clients. To some extent. You're going to get them from the bank portfolio. So notice I don't blow out the pad as much. What else are you guys asking me? This is madness. This is pretty stupid. I don't think I'm going to do a 5-lug swap. I thought for sure I would do that. There are plenty of 4-lug wheels. I mean, the 5-lug does look a little better, but that's so much work. And it's not like I can buy a brand new 5-lug setup. What else are you guys talking about? Anything exciting? Let's see. Madness. Really hope to see your face on the news getting caught stealing DVD players. Am I stupid, or is there a reason the Facebook group post gets removed if you link to Amazon products? Yeah, because I freaking told them not to do that. Why are you linking Amazon products in my group? It's just a dumb dick move. Work my freaking face off teaching people about this stuff, and then you douchebags come in there and link stuff. Hey, this Sunjoe is on sale. Sunjoes are on sale every day. Stop posting crap in my group about stuff on sale elsewhere. Just don't do it. Plus, I guarantee if you're complaining about that, then you didn't probably have any value. Like, write a couple paragraphs about why you're doing that. So, you're darn right we delete stupid posts that are in my group about links to other stores. unless it's of real value, like you're gonna put some work into it. It's stupid. A little bit of intelligence. I understand what people are trying to do in general is like, hey, I found this deal, I want to let everybody know about it, but things are on sale all the time, everywhere, like infinitely. So it's not real valuable to just say, hey, this or that is on sale. You know, people don't need help with that. If they're looking to buy something, you can search it just the same. So. Anyway. Just tell it like it is. Seems to make logical sense to me. It's like going into Adam's forum and saying, oh, hey, how's that chemical guy's product treating you? Like, what? Come on. A little sense. Yeah, this is kind of fun. It's like you're just hanging out with me in the garage, just sitting on a bench, and I'm doing the work. And I wish I had somebody read me the questions. That would be way better. Why do you use air versus electric for the bottom half? The air is just so good, man. It's just like this instant on, don't ramp up. It's super smooth, super light. It makes me feel like a man. Too darn satisfying. See, this is my kind of restoration. I don't want some, how much pressure? Not a lot, like just enough to kind of compress the pad. But you know, I don't want to deal with some janky bullcrap junkyard car. So anyway, Trap Cracker says, was it an easy transition to switch from engineering to wealth management? Well, I never really did. I probably wasn't smart enough to be a real engineer, but I never really did engineering. Anyway, I apologize for yelling at you, man. People don't know, but you got to understand that when you're posting crap in a group that somebody spent their life building, you've got to just use a little bit of you know, have a little bit of self-awareness around something like that. So anyway, engineering to wealth management, I mean, it was all by happenstance for me. one thing in the group that's super important to me is that people aren't entitled. I gotta blow this thing out. Don't be entitled to anything. Like, you're not entitled to an explanation of why something is, yeah, Max Shine. Don't frickin' buy anything Max Shine. But, you know, just don't be entitled. It's my house. Rules are what I say. Like, you deleted my post, I demand an explanation. Well, guess what? You're not frickin' getting one. If you demand one more time, you're out. I mean, why would you? I couldn't even imagine having that stance in life. It's just ridiculous. You should just be happy to be there. Not the love about this sucker. You're gonna do power lock Colonite. I was going to do that, but this thing is coming out so darn great. I'm just going for it. CSL XO. Let's see, what else do we got here? So this is basically an everyday car. I can't believe this car is 20 years old. It really wasn't. I mean, this car's been babied by the people that have owned it in the past. Yeah, you guys gotta find me a spoon carbon fiber hood. Find me one. I'll pay double for it. Gosh, I need that in my life. And I can't get one. And everybody said, all the sites say they have one, but they really don't. They all just get it from Spoon North America. They told me it was a 8 to 12%. Polishing the door jamb inside there. Just keep rolling here. Let's put a little bit of fresh polish on there. This off. I can't wait to do the fender. What I really can't wait to do is the hood. I mean, I guess we'll run this until my battery runs out and then I'll go home. Let's see, what else you guys got? Cybon is junk. I'm not doing that on this car, not a chance in the world. Life goal is 17. Have enough income to pay Mr. Matt to dial in my garage. I like that. The longer you wait, the more it's gonna cost you. You're gonna get Mr. Kyle to dial in your garage. Who's, we'll call him Matty Jr. Although, I'm sure I could be bought. Oh boy. Tell you what though, man. This car is gonna be legit. It's gonna take me a gosh darn 6 months of online shopping to find all the parts I want and all the waiting I'm gonna have to do. But the Moton suspension's ordered, paid for. Spoon parts are ordered, paid for, except for the hood, because you can't get one. You know, John at LHT is looking for my motor, so that should be a couple of months out. What else? I ordered the Apex CWS2 exhaust, so that should hopefully be, it said it was in stock, but we'll find out about that. Toyota headers ordered, so we should have that soon. Yeah, the stuff's gonna start rolling in here. But in the meantime, I still want to get my M3 detailed, and the GD3 RS is also scheduled. So we're gonna get that done. And then there's a small dent in the rear quarter, and a little waviness in the door on the passenger side. So Michael's coming to dial that in. Tuesday next week. So we'll get that fixed. It's gonna be freaking awesome. Any plans on using a DSP for the system? Yeah, I'm gonna do Moscone 6 to 8 or 4 to 6 or whatever. I forget which one. Let's see. Collab with Boosted Boys. Yeah, I've been down for that. I don't know those guys, but I'm sure we could do something together if they were down. I'd be down to collaborate with pretty much anybody who was cool, you know. Okay. What else do we got here? What are you guys talking about? Yeah, I haven't gotten the darn plastic trim for the Raptor. This place is out of business. Moscone, yeah, Dyne Audio Components. Yep. That's what I'm doing. Where are you located? I'm in the Villages, Florida. JDMB 18C Type R. Type R LSD, Type R transmission, you know, long block. How's the speaker stand? So, how does the speaker sound with stands? Have you tried tweeters and board? I don't know what that means. The speakers sound pretty sweet on these stands. 10 codes of power lock. Those tire covers are some goofy Geon thing that I was trying out. Let's see. Orange peel is pretty typical for a Japanese car. Let's see. LA Tommy, LA for rare. You talking about Tommy F? Yeah. Tommy's gonna come down here soon. We're gonna shoot some podcast stuff. Let's see. I paid $25,000 for the car. Yeah, it really wasn't. I don't think this car has likely ever seen rain, for gosh sakes. I almost drove it in its first rainstorm here today. Yeah, Desmond Regamaster Evos are on the list. I might get a set of those. I feel like a little fangirl when Matt replies to my comments. That's funny. That's when you know you're cool. Matt, let's hear your rant on why you are not a Snap-on fan. I like Snap-on tools, it's just their toolboxes are garbage. So, FEA spec. I think I got all my boy FEA. I think I got my boy F. Yeah, we give him a run for his money. I'm gonna get him to come zinc plate all the bolts though. I was just sitting there. I forgot I was live streaming. I was just dreaming about sending my E92 M3 up to IND. We repaint the whole car, having Kilmer fly in, and we do a ridiculous wet sanding of the thing. I was wondering how much his employees get paid, considering he thinks 40 to 50K he made in 2000 wasn't a lot of money. Well, it wasn't a lot of money. Not for me, but for some people it is. What's going on here? Did the compressor blow up? What's going on? Tank and the polisher blew up. Let's see. Yeah, so, you know, money is always a touchy thing to talk about, and I'm a little bit too upfront with it, but, you know, I'm willing to do things that not everybody wants to do, you know, and so I create a job and say, here's what it pays, and then someone makes a decision whether they want to do that or not. Seems like pretty simple to me. That's just kind of how the system works. Not everybody wants to take the significant risk that I've had to take in my life in order to get to where I've gotten to. So take that for what it is. latch on here. And let's polish this. Yeah, that's the other thing you have to remember. There's a lot of people that, you know, I'm giving them a start, and a lot of them don't have a degree. It's, you know, and so giving people a start, and who knows where it may be. Chances are I'm paying more than what anybody else or wherever else they're going to work is paying. So I don't know what to tell you about that one, other than it's kind of how the world works. So let's do a little eraser wipe here. The new 1.3 bottles are freaking awesome. Super legit. And the red and black should be here tomorrow. So be ready to order. Red and blacks are the chemical resistant that will have version 1.3 spray heads on them. So I'll test it out real quickly just to be certain, and then we'll turn it loose. And then we got to get cracking on the darn tire dressing. I'm just waiting for the pump to get here. Once the pump is here, then we can start pumping through some tire dressing. I think Bryce may have gotten some samples today. Anyway, we got to get some samples of some temporary labels for the temporary bottles for the temporary allocation of the tire dressing. Oh yeah, so let's get some new pads on here. Not new, but fresh. Some fresh pads. Let's see, what else are you guys talking about? Mike is dead. Still plugged in. Sure the mic is dead? Can you hear me? Yes, I do lose track of time in the shop all the time. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Can you guys hear me? Okay, cool. I guess I gotta back up a little bit here so you can see me and the polisher. Okay, favorite tire dressing is Pearl, but it's about to be OG spec tire dressing. Gosh, stuff is on there tight. All right, let me go blow out this pad, prime it. Oh, I realized I haven't shown you the side of the car. Let me show you that. Now that it's finished. Let me go blow this out. Soon. A lot of dead air here, people. I'm trying to do a major project by myself and manage the camera. These Pro-Lock cords remind me I'm gonna have a sale on them because I got a frickin' zillion of them. Look over here. This whole that whole middle shelf is all 50-foot power cords. I had to order a zillion of them in order to get them made. But anyway, check this thing out. Looks so freaking good. Yeah. Car's legit. Let's hear the plan for new videos coming in the future and what changes coming. So, I need to figure out, I want to improve how the videos look, right? So I want to change the color. I want it to look more accurate because it always looks washed out. And so if that means I need to buy a red camera and have someone pull focus and operate it, that's what I want to try to do. But I just want to keep doing the same darn thing. You know, Milwaukee tools, I think I'm probably 85% that I'll be selling Milwaukee tools. So I'm going to do a deep dive into the entire Milwaukee tool line, you know, outside of like the really big commercial stuff. And so you're going to see a whole lot of videos coming out about that. Yeah, man, I'm really, really encouraged about where I'm headed. I'm hoping that, you know, I can also get ego blowers. You know, that's a big graduation for me, to be graduated. And then, you know, there's a lot of detailing things I want to chase and improve. Like, you know, the interior scent, I'm not in love with the Angel Wax scents. They just don't last long enough. I want them to last longer. And so there's just little things like that I want to really chase and improve and continue to hone the process. You know, new microfiber package. I'd like to come out with that here soon. But yeah, lots and lots of stuff is on the horizon. This car, I think, is going to be super. Generates very little heat. You know, the other thing I was thinking about doing, this would be a good job for somebody. Imagine, so what happens on the giveaways is the giveaway gets in like these weird cat lady groups and like old lady groups somehow. There must be some sort of email newsletter chain. And so they send in like 100 note cards. So they'll spend, you know, a couple $100 on stamps to enter to win an M5. You know, we Google search, they're like 90-year-old ladies. And so a cool job I'm going to create a boiler room. And so they have to give us their phone number in order to enter. And so imagine I'm going to get some real like brutal salespeople to call all these people and sell them like the most ridiculous car washing packages. And you'll just talk them into it. Because if they're stupid enough to send in 10 note cards or 20 note cards, they're going to be stupid enough to get suckered into buying stuff. So just to stick it to them, I want to do that. So if you're up for that job, I'll pay a 50% commission on all the profits that I make on those products. You can make 100 grand here doing that. Yeah, I'm sure you guys are talking about money. Every time I say anything about money, somebody gets all bent out of shape. Money is just a number. Money is just a result. A lot or a little is purely relative. A lot of money to me, maybe a little bit to you, or maybe a lot. What does it really matter? It sure as heck doesn't matter to me. Hood is going to look ridiculous. It's all scratched up. All kinds of little blemishes and stuff on it. Dang it. Change your camera angle here. See a little better. I don't know what my battery life looks like. You can't see it when you're YouTube live. I'm 98 minutes in. Are you using higher speed with wool? I'm using speed 3.5, 4, which works fine. Get this car done. It's been a long time since I've like put in a solid effort, like two or three straight days. Every time I've been polishing cars lately, it's taken me 3 or 4 days to polish. Better keep my mouth shut because I've got a Rag Company podcast to do tomorrow, the OG podcast to do tomorrow. So yeah, maybe this ends up taking me 4 days. Mike's coming on Saturday. I'm going to be doing all the compressed air, also working on the pressure washer system, moving it over here. Got a lot to do. Just do another pass here. The pad's looking pretty good. Let's work on this here. Good. I need to do this more often. Do the sides of the car first and do the easy fun part second. Hopefully I'll be getting a carbon fiber hood, so really this is kind of not as useful, but we'll see. What other questions you guys have for me? Late-ish, I guess. Let's see. Let's see. Bride seats for Katie Bell. Dang, it looks so good, man. I love this color so much. There's so many like squeegee blades on the thing and chamois marks. It's pretty crazy. Oh, let's see. I did want to buy a spoon engine, but John talked me out of it. So it was a waste of money. but I like to waste it. That's what I do. Towel, fresh towel. Kind of running out of stuff to talk about here, people. Ask me some good questions. Yeah, I'm sure I'm not gonna end up keeping this. Gas station squeegee wipe down. It's 10 o'clock at night and I'm sitting on the couch watching some dude polish his car. Yeah, I told you guys were nuts. Let's see. Matt, importer, is selling a B18 ITR motor with built spoon block from Spoon. I kind of want to do it with John. ECU would be Hondata. No, I do not miss wealth management. My 2-year anniversary of leaving is coming up here soon. How to stop swirls. That's all about washing. GT4 still on track. I am going to do the sport bucket seats. The tires have my tire dressing on it. Let's see. I've been waiting to order Cox hose reel because you were going to add Pro Locks. Yeah, Mike and I are going to try that this weekend and see if they work. Let's see. Does Dart still make B series? I think they do. What cams? I forget what John. I think they're Skunk 2 cams John normally does. Blue Vice. I got to call them this week. What do you think about the markets? Yeah, I don't think about them. That's the beauty of my current life. Yeah. Keep on polishing. Big whole hood here. Come on, give me something good to talk about. I'm running out of it. Yeah, what microfiber cutting? What are the products you're testing that might meet OG spec? Da-da-da. If you were to buy any luxury watch brand, just not a watch guy. I want to be. I'd buy a Rolex, I guess. I wish I would have bought a Rolex in the first place. That way I could have sold it. I bought a darn Omega that's worth nothing. Does the LHR 15 come with a case? It does not. What is Michelle up to now? The gym is sold. She's been teaching the kids summer school. Is the Bring a Trailer still in there, or did it, or the bat, the bat beetle, the bat moth beetle? No, a lizard got him the other day. Let's see. What's your take on the 2020 Supra? I'm really starting to dig the Supra. Let's see. Tire dressing is coming soon. Grow a mustache. Just ordered the pressure washer setup from you. That's awesome. Thank you. Holy crap, there's 500 of you watching this? I didn't even realize that. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. Let's see. What kind of microfiber cutting pad? I use Meguiar's. This one is a wool Rupes pad. 2020 STI. Would you ever buy a 993? Yeah, I probably would. Do you 3D render model garages? Not yet, but that's our goal. The best all-around Rupes is this one here, LHR 15 Mark III. Lav's not working. It's on. Lav, mic. People, I think I'm about checked out here. I'm gonna finish the hood and go home. Lav is jacked. And put it back in. Anyway, thanks for watching, people. Shoot, there's 500 of you though. Maybe I should just keep talking till you guys drop off to 0. Let's find an exponential curve. Let's keep going. I'll come up with something to talk about. There we go. Give me some more questions. Come on. Is it 11 o'clock at night? I have no idea. The clock doesn't show on YouTube Live. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Don't leave. I just joined. God dang it. Can you hear me? Tell me the vocals. Nothing's changed. Audio. Yeah, let's keep this rolling. As long as you can hear me. My mic is on. Batteries are good. Battery's good. It's registering. Check. Okay. All right, good. let's polish this next section. I'll come up with something good to talk about. You guys come up with anything good for me to talk about? Oh, this is so good. I'm really interested to see how well these videos do. Do I get more views like Anthony thinks I'm gonna get? I've never really cared about views. It's nice to see them. It's cool to get them. It's cool to get paid by YouTube instead of getting nothing for it. But I don't want to live that agenda. My agenda is to just keep doing this stuff and do more of it. So let's see. Did you guys come up with any good questions? Any advice for polishing outside? That one's just pretty much the same thing. Stop peeing on your hands. Yeah. Are you going to be looking at Big Boy car drying blowers? So here's something to consider on Big Boy. This is what turns me off on them. So they have a janky Chinese, knockoff pressure washer. That tells me that their air dryer is a Chinese knockoff air dryer. Otherwise, you wouldn't go down that path. And I don't like air dryers. If you're going to do an air dryer, why wouldn't you buy the Master Blaster? So instead, use an Ego blower. It's just a better product. It's a better thing to use. I don't understand why you would need those. What OG spec product are you most proud of? That's a good question. I'll talk about that one. Let's discuss the Fiat compressor. We'll talk about that. Can you talk about Optimum spray polish? I don't like that stuff. I don't like their system. What other questions? Yeah, we just got 15 Mark IIIs. What tools from Milwaukee do you want to sell? Okay, some good questions. So we had Milwaukee, Fiat, and what was the other one? What product? So, why do you over torque the GT3 RS filters? You want to get punched in the head, Peter? Get out of here. You know how to get me. So, the Mosmatic OG spec, product combined with, the getting the Krenzla to make the K1322TS. I had to get on a plane, fly to New York City, meet with Ludwig Krenzla, and ask them to make that machine. I wanted the 1622 with less pressure, more flow, and a pressure switch. And so that pressure washer, no one came to me with that. They didn't come to me with that. It was my idea. This is what I want, because I want to be able to put it on a shelf. And I had no idea what would happen with that. I assume one or two of you would probably buy it, and we've sold hundreds of them, and we're headed, probably a couple thousand of them, but we're headed to tens of thousands of those, I think, as more and more people discover, and as I continue to improve it and make it a little bit easier for you to install. so I'm super proud of that. And then, the Mosmatic gun, short guns were not a thing. It was not a thing. There was the MTM M407. They eventually came out with the SG28, but the M407 was a gun. I think me and who's the Honda Accord guy kind of had videos about a short gun around the same time. I have to credit, Gregory Swain was the guy who, is the mad scientist, I call him, down in Texas. Was the one who suggested, hey, you need to get a short gun for your Krenzla. And then from there, it's kind of taken off and become sort of a household known thing that you get a short gun. Compressor that we're using is a rotary screw compressor. I found it at SEMA. And I've always wanted a rotary screw compressor. The problem with screw is that people often suggest it, but in a hobby garage like mine where it gets used, so I'll use it quite a bit when I'm polishing the car, but the rest of the time, maybe filling a tire, blowing something off, but it just doesn't get used very often, particularly often. So if you do a rotary screw compressor, you end up with water in the oil, and you end up with a rusted head, and you have to basically replace the most expensive part of the whole darn thing. So you really can't. Just not a viable option in a hobby garage. And so the Fiat compressor has an oil heater, so it has a heater on the side. You leave it plugged in. It keeps the oil at temp. It probably is a bit of a drawback in that you have to power it all the time. It's probably drawing some current at all times, but it won't have the same issues as like a Kaiser air station, which is what I really wanted. And so it's delivering and just enough to really do the pneumatic polishers. If it was any less output, it'd be a little bit too little. So I'm actually running it at 100 psi, and you hear it running. It runs like, if I use it for a minute or two, it'll drain the tank and kick on. But it's I don't think it would do as well running. We're going to try running 2 polishers once I get all the airlines set up. I'm going to test it more, but I think it's going to cost. I think it's around $5,000. I have to price it out for you. What the retail pricing is on it. But a Kaiser air station is almost 10 grand. The difference is the Kaiser has an air dryer built in, where this would be a separate air dryer. But so it's a couple $1,000 less with a dryer than a Kaiser would be, and it doesn't have any drawbacks for us. So you can buy it. It takes away. It's not obtrusive. I don't need to bolt it to the ground anymore. It's really a remarkable system. So I think I'm going to sell quite a few of them to those that are fortunate enough to be able to afford a compressor of that level, of that cost. But I'll still carry the Jennies in the piston area. We'll also probably be doing some Fiat silent piston. It has a button. I get stressed out about there's just so much opportunity. Like Twin Bush has kind of screwed it up here in the U.S. At least screwed it up with me. And so I got to get Nussbaum and get a lift in here and start to teach you about that. And so there's just an endless amount of really cool stuff that I want to focus on. But that's the story on the Fiat. Crap, what was that third question we were talking about here? The The pads I'm using are Rupes Yellow wool, so medium wool. Let's see. Matt, I know you use G-Technic coatings in comparison to car coating. I like car pro coatings a lot too. I've been testing out some of the Geon stuff, really kind of acquainting myself. Master Blaster is better. That's what I'm saying. I think people like the look of the big boy, but I think Master Blaster is better. The giveaway for this car would be U.S. and Canada. How do you feel? How does it feel to relive your younger days? We'll talk about that. There was another good question. Big boy blowers, Fiat compressors, optimum spray polish. I said I didn't like that. I am going to coat this. Dang it, there was a good question. Oh, Milwaukee tools. Yeah, good one. So, why do people invest in a Honda? Because this Honda's going to make a lot of freaking money. You'll see. I'll publish the numbers, unless they're so big that it'll get me robbed. But I think this car is going to. The overall views, product sales, connectivity to people from now into the future. This car will help me discover, or help other people discover me. I think it's going to be really, really, really profitable. So let's polish this section, and then let's talk a little bit about Milwaukee. In case you're wondering, I am checking my work. I'm just talking through it, but man, it's coming out so great. So Milwaukee, my vision. I just know I have a hard time with Milwaukee buying them, right? So anytime I want a specific Milwaukee tool, Home Depot has kind of a limited selection of what they offer. So I'm always wondering, if I went to Home Depot to buy one, am I getting the best one? Am I getting the impact driver that I want, or the hammer drill that I want? I'm buying a kit, and you're always kind of looking for a deal. And so what I want to be able to do is provide you with a resource about Milwaukee. And so I've kind of waited for a number of years to even approach them. I approached them pretty hard here this year at SEMA, and I met the right guy who is now connecting me with the right guy. So I'm probably 7 or 8 conversations in different paths, starting with marketing, and then I got the e-com, and I kind of got shut down there. And then the guy that I met at SEMA, I called them like a week after I got back from SEMA, and he called me back out of the blue and said, hey, sorry I didn't get back with you. I think a lot of it is they're kind of going back to their Rolodex, because a lot of companies are worried about their revenue going forward, and so they're open to things. So now's a really opportune time for me, because I'm about to finish up some of the really negative cash flow things I have, and pay 2019 taxes, finish up my last costs with wealth management, and so I'm going to need significant capital. We've had the best month we've ever had, and so it almost seems like all this stuff is meant to be, because the Milwaukee investment is going to be rather significant for me. I may even tap my line of credit for that to purchase, because I'm probably going to have to purchase hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to build this out. But just think about, they have they have dozens and dozens and dozens. I think there were like 48 different impact, like torque type impacts, or impact drivers. And so I want to get my hands on the 9 or 10. Sorry, Michelle was calling me. So yeah, I mean, I feel super grateful to even have the opportunity to talk with them, and I feel like this, if I can, if they allow me to sell the stuff, then I feel like it'd be like sort of a graduation for all of us, that have been here since the beginning. You guys have been watching me. Thanks to you guys, I can even have that conversation. And so I think that over time, I'm going to become one of the biggest Milwaukee dealers in the country, outside of probably Home Depot. And I think I'll probably cause a little bit of this disruption in providing you the data, the information that you would want. And Milwaukee will give me access to some of that information, and in order to deep dive into which ones to buy. Because some of you don't have a problem with that. You go in the catalog, you do the research, but the vast majority of people just want to know what to buy. Like, what should I get? And so, even me, a lot of times, like I was looking for headphones, and I'm watching several different guys that are kind of the obsessed garage of headphones, and ultimately, at the end of it, I just wanted a guy who's afraid to just tell me what to buy. But I just wanted him in the videos just to say, buy this, and I would have bought it. And so, that's what I think I can provide value to Milwaukee with. Let's see. There's still 500 of you guys here. Let's see. Get Bryce to hold up the scan grip. I'll send you an email on Milwaukee tools on which of the newest, etc. I have thousands of dollars worth of tools. That would be helpful. Yeah, I kind of have a pretty good idea. Yeah, my headphones are Odyssey LCD X. Let's see. Anything else you guys have here? Anyone that has ever turned a wrench on a Honda, I appreciate the simplicity. Yep. Saw your video on the IDA certification wash. Do you think it's worth it? I think so. Wondering, does he buy new colors for every car? Do you watch JP Details? I do not. I'm not sure who that is. I think isn't that one of those clickbait guys? Let's see. Do you ever use Dr. Color Chip? Yes, I do. What else you got? They don't have a buy-in from Milwaukee per se, so this is the big news you were talking about in an earlier video. I guess so. The one on Instagram, yes. No, the big news was this car. Have you tried Liquid Elements? I have not. There's so many darn detailing companies. When you walk away, the audio is weak. So that means this mic must not be working. Anyway, I'm done. I got to call Michelle back. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to finish this up and the hood and go home. Catch you soon.